You're the executive director of Girls on the Run of Greater Rochester.
Yes.
What is Girls on the Run?
Girls on the Run is an after-school program that's for girls in third through eighth grade. And it's a running program, but also a life skills building program. So the girls learn self-confidence and goal setting. And they do that through running a training for, and then running a 5K, but also through lessons that have themes such as like how to have positive self-talk, how to stand up for yourself, how to stand up for others, how to be a good friend, how to make good or like how to recognize who's a good friend and who maybe isn't a good friend for you. And then they also do a community impact project. So the girls learn how to give back to their communities in addition to learning about themselves. So,
I wish I could join. It sounds amazing. It sounds like something I could benefit from as an adult.
yeah, we
You
hear
know?
that a lot from our coaches. All the coaches that run the teams are volunteers, and that's actually how I got started years ago. I coached my daughter's team, and I thought the same thing. I'm like, number one, I wish I had this when I was in third grade because I
Right.
definitely am still practicing these things today as a grown woman. So the lessons really resonated with me as an adult too, which we hear from a lot of our coaches. So
That's awesome. So, like, how often do you meet and how many people are a part of it?
so we serve 4 counties, Ontario, Wayne, Livingston, and Monroe. And each year we serve about 1,300 girls across those 4 counties. And there's teams based out of schools typically. So we have between 50 and 75 sites per year that we meet. And then the teams are about 15 to 20 girls per team. And we typically have about 300 volunteers that lead the teams every season. So that's kind of a huge, important part of our organization is recruiting volunteers to lead the girls, because without them, we'd have no girls on the run. So that's kind of, you know, why I reached out to you. I wanted to get help in spreading the word that we're looking for volunteers for our teams. The spring season starts March 20th, so like a little more than a month away, and we still have a lot of teams that have girls that really want to do the program, but that we need volunteers to run the program.
Coaches.
Coaches, yep.
All right. So, like, who would be what would make someone a good coach, or what would be something that you'd say to yourself, like, oh, maybe I would be a good coach?
So I think people hear girls on the run and they automatically think like, oh, I'm not a runner, or I can't run, or I'm not fast. And that's really not what the program's about. We do incorporate running as a physical exercise, but it's really to teach the girls that health and fitness can help you mentally and not just physically, but emotionally. I mean, I'm a runner now. I wasn't as a kid, and it really helps me relieve stress. So we want the girls to be able to feel the benefits of exercise. But the 5K is not timed, so it's not a competitive program. It's more about teaching healthy habits for life. So you don't have to be a runner, but we have a lot of coaches that are runners, so it's really open to everybody. Some of our volunteers are teachers or staff at the school because they want to, have that program for their students, and they see the benefits for their students. Some of the coaches are a parent or a guardian or an adult and they want their girl to do it. So that was the situation I was in. I wanted my daughter to do it, and it was kind of a fun thing for us to do together. And then we also have community members who just like, as they're hearing about this program, it kind of sparks something in them. Like, oh, I just really am passionate about helping girls be confident, or helping girls learn about running or fitness, helping youth have a positive outlet for their emotions. I mean, really, it can be anything that the mission speaks to you. So I can't say there's one type of coach. We have men, we have women, we have junior coaches, which are high school students that can help assist the team. So kind of a lot of wide variety of opportunity for people.
That's awesome. So where, like, is it every school has a program within those counties, every district? Like, how does it work in terms of like where exactly you need coaches?
If we have people, so just say someone reached out to me today and they said, I live in Brockport, so I want to start a team in Brockport. Then we can look and see if we already have a team there, or if maybe it would be a new location for us. We tend to have some locations that are kind of regular. Um, every season they come back because they have volunteers to do that. And then some we have never had a team at, just maybe because we haven't had anybody to run it, or so it's pretty open as far as where it can be. If you go to our website, though, you can see the sites that we currently have, and it also lists the sites that we have coach openings at, like programs that we maybe have one coach and we need another one, because you need two coaches to run a team. So
And why should someone, I mean, you've already said so many, you've noted so many good positive reasons as to why, but I guess why should someone want to be involved with a program like this as an adult?
So I think volunteering, you know, I've noticed this about myself too, um, as an adult, but giving back and giving to others really fills you up as a volunteer as well. So not only, are you helping the girls get confident and run a 5K and learn some skills that they can use in their lives, but you're also for yourself being a mentor and a role model for kids, that they really need that now, especially, COVID has been really hard on kids and girls, and to be able to provide them this program and opportunity, it fills up the girls, but it also fills you up as a volunteer and kind of energizes you that you're doing something positive for your community. And if you're a parent, you get 50% off your girls' registration fee. And also, we're a nonprofit and we receive grants and funding. So we are able to fund any girl that wants to do the program, but maybe can't afford the registration fee. So we provide a scholarship to any girl who needs it. And also running sneakers, sports bras, anything they need to run comfortably and safely. So, it's really reaching all girls.
You know, we live in a time where, like, when I was in high school, it was really different. Like, there was, I mean, I went to public school, there was bullying, just bullying, but like, I wasn't in school when Instagram and Facebook were what they are like today. So
Yeah,
I feel like life is tough for young women
yeah,
because for so many reasons, but
yeah.
including the fact that they are constantly seeing like these perfect women online,
Yeah.
perfect. And it's like so unrealistic. And
Hmm.
it can really take a toll on a young woman, like looking in the mirror. I mean, we've all been there, like
Yeah,
looking in the mirror and, kind of that idea of like, well, why don't I look like that? It's it can be like kind of heartbreaking
yeah,
because so many girls are subjected to all of these unrealistic, ridiculous beauty standards that we
yeah.
have, and that they're
Constantly.
constantly,
Yeah,
it's not like back in the day when I was in school where it was like uh it happened once in a while where you would like go on to AIM or like do a dial up and like chat with your friends and you could like do an internet search.
yeah.
It's different now. It's just it doesn't end. So do you think that this is a good and healthy way to sort of get back to basics and get young women off of their phones or off of their tablets and kind of like connecting with people and the world around them?
Yeah, definitely. It's a good way to get girls moving and active after school. So like you said, instead of maybe sitting on a tablet for a couple hours after school or in front of a TV, where they are bombarded by those images nonstop. Um, yeah, this gets the girls outside. It gets them fresh air. I mean, we run rain or shine, Rochester, New York, you have to be flexible with the weather.
Yes.
So they're outside, rain or shine, getting fresh air, getting movement, even if they don't want to run, we say just walk or just skip or, just keep moving. Just keep your body moving for that hour and a half for each practice. So yeah, I definitely think it gives girls also a perspective. Because really the program focuses on what makes each person unique. Like what is we call it star power. So like, what's your star power? What makes you you? And it's not about comparing yourself to anybody else because you're unique. You're like a star. Like there's nobody else like you. So it helps the girls reflect. So it kind of helps them realize that they have something about them that's unique and special, that's their strength, or um, to really help them build confidence and be able to handle those tough images and situations with social media and bullying and all the things that they have to deal with. Really the goal is for them to get some tools that they can use. Like one of the lessons is I feel statements. So they practice saying like if somebody upsets you or there's a difficult situation, that girls practice saying I feel, and then they fill in the blank. So I feel angry when you call me a name or bully me because it makes me feel like I'm not worthy. I would like for you to, and then they say what they would like for that person to do next time. And it's actually, we practice it and they use it. We give them homework, go home and use this, come back and tell us. And I honestly, I found myself using it with my kids because I would get mad. Oh, they didn't do the dishes or they didn't, and it really helps you stay calm and like clearly explain how you're feeling. And it's just a really good tool for the girls to use to help them navigate some of these emotions and like situations that they're in constantly.
Absolutely. And those statements are like that's what they teach you in adult therapy, right? It's
Yeah.
totally applicable to like the adult world.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, you also have to keep in mind and like, if I had a daughter, I would want her to know like one big thing is also that like you're never you can't control other people's reactions to what you say. So like you could take this almost pitch perfect approach to expressing yourself.
Yeah.
Not everyone's going to care.
Right.
Not everyone's going to respect you. Not everyone's
Right.
going to respond to you. And
Right.
that's just life. Like that's
Yeah.
just the nature of humanity. Like some people are just terrible,
Yeah. You're not going to make
and
everyone happy,
right.
and you know you respect yourself. So that's the goal: is love
Abs-
yourself, respect yourself, because you're not going to get that from everybody.
No, and then that's just the way things are. And it's not personal. This is the
Yeah.
way things are.
Yeah.
How do you think that this program has changed? We'll start with your daughter. You said your daughter did it. How do you
Mhm.
think it changed her? And then how do you think it changed you?
So I would say when my daughter did it, she was one of the kids that was more interested in the running part. Like she loved the running laps and um so she liked the lessons, but she would rather just do more of the running part when we were in it. But you get some girls who they just want to run, and you get some girls who really are into the lessons and or making new friendships because it's a third through fifth grade team. So some of the girls want to just have a social outlet. So you kind of capture all different girls, and all it's kind of brings everybody together. Um, so I think for my daughter, I feel like she tried running. She hadn't tried running. She had tried other sports and she tried running. She ultimately decided, that's not really for me, but she tried something new. So, and she enjoyed it while she was doing it. So she hung her medal on the wall in her bedroom, and it was a big accomplishment. And for me, I think it changed me because I had never heard of the program, and I all of the core values of our organization just spoke to me as a person, and I was like, this program really makes sense to me. These are the things that the core values of the organization match and align my core values personally. So I think it changed me. It was also really one of my first volunteering roles. So it kind of changed my perspective on volunteering. And I thought it was going to be almost like a time commitment that was going to make me more tired, but it actually energized me in other areas of my life because I was doing something I really enjoyed and I loved. And it actually gave me more energy. So that surprised me.
Yeah, I mean, and that's usually how it goes with exercise. Like,
Hmm.
I mean, and well, exercise and I mean, combining exercising and socializing is
Yeah.
such a great deal because it's even when you're really tired, you're right, it can totally make you feel
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
It sounds like a great program. Like I'm totally very interested. I'm like, I kind of
Yeah.
want to I
Yeah.
kind of
You
want to
should
do
look
like
into
to be a
it.
coach. I don't know if I like qualify, but I would feel like that would be
Yes, you
so much
do.
fun. And girls are they're up against it now, like in this
Yeah.
society. They're up against it and they need skills and they need tools and
Yeah.
they really need to just kind of know, I think that they're not isolated and they're not alone
Hmm.
and we're all cut from the same mold. Like we all have been through even the perfect people that you see on the internet, like their lives haven't been perfect either. Like they've dealt
Right.
with their share of bullying.
Yeah.
You'll just never know about it. So
Yeah.
great program, really exciting stuff. What can people do if they want to get involved?
Um, the best way to start is to go to our website. It's www.gotrrochester.org. And you can learn about all the volunteer opportunities. You can learn about the different programs if it's something that you want to get a girl that you know involved in. Um, and you can give me a call. Personally, and my office number is 585-662-5980. And I'm happy to chat on the phone and kind of discuss the options and what's available. But we're definitely looking for coaches now. The deadline to register for spring would be the season starts March 20th. So we like to have all our coaches registered by March 10th because we have a training. All the coaches do a training that we provide, and that's on March 11th. So we try to get all of our new people to that training to kind of go over all the elements of the program and make sure that you feel ready and comfortable. And because a lot of people say what you said, like, I don't know, am I qualified? And I always say, yes, like if this speaks to you, you are. But the training helps you feel more confident, like, okay, I'm ready to do this and bring it to the girls. So, yeah, that's the best way to get started.